Good morning. It's around 7 Friday morning, September 30th, 2022 on the East Coast of the United States, but I'm pretty much in, many miles inland, so I'm not being affected by the hurricane, thank God. I pray for those of you who are. Please take precautions and be safe. This morning I want to talk to you about different kinds of coffee mugs. So basically, other than glass, there's three kinds of coffee mugs, okay? There's ceramic, and under ceramic there's things like earthenware and other types. Then there's porcelain, and there's bone china. Of course, there's fine china, but well, if you're drinking your coffee out of fine china in the morning, you know it, okay? So with ceramic, that's usually your, mugs that are shaped and textured interestingly. Your ones that your grandchildren's painting gets put on. The ones that when you go visit somewhere, like here's my Germany mug from my last visit, there are also the mugs that you go to the market and maybe spend $2 on for a mug. There's different grades of ceramic mugs. And you can, for one thing, look at the glaze on it, which is the coating on the mug, and see, does it look nice and smooth? Is it consistent with no pits in it and missing places? And very often, the more expensive ceramic mugs are made better. Not always, though. Sometimes you're paying for an interesting shape, or you're paying for a design, like a touristy thing maybe. But look for that nice smooth glaze, because once the glaze is put on the ceramic, which is made from clay, your drink is not going to come into contact with the actual clay. Now, ceramic is put into a kiln that has extreme heat in it, like around 2,000 degrees, and that's what makes the clay hard, okay? There is a better grade or more expensive grade of clay mug, and this is one of those Lume or Lume collections from Nespresso. This is made out of porcelain, and porcelain is a finer type clay. It's fired at a higher temperature than ceramic, so it's a lot harder and more durable, and usually a lot lighter. This one isn't, which was kind of a disappointment to me from Nespresso, that they put out a porcelain mug that's really kind of heavy. I don't like heavy mugs. Some people might, I don't. The mugs that I prefer are bone china mugs. Now here's one. Okay, let's see, how can I do this? All right, let's, okay, I'm gonna turn the phone camera around and show you like this. Okay, so this is thinner than the ceramic mugs and the porcelain mugs. Look how you can see my fingers. The light will shine through the bone china. Does bone china have bone in it? Yes, it does. Added to the clay. Now, this may sound gross to you, but there's about 30 to 40% of the material is finely ground animal bone. But what that makes is a lovely, lightweight, thin mug. Not too thin, though. It's pretty durable. Not as durable as porcelain, but it can be decorated beautifully. very fine decorations can be put on bone china. As you saw, because of the bone content, it's more translucent than ceramic is. Also, porcelain and bone china have they don't have pores in them, little air spaces. Very often ceramic will have air spaces. And, you know, technically, if you've got air spaces, you've got places that heat can sort of leak out. So maybe your coffee might stay a little hotter in, say, porcelain. But again, porcelain and bone china are going to be more expensive. Out of all of them, porcelain is going to be your most sturdy mug. It's fired at a much higher temperature than the ceramic is, and that makes it harder. Actually, I feel like drinking out of glass mugs. I like that the best. But, you know, there's lots of different reasons to choose a mug. Maybe because it's got something funny on it. This is a place where they make some beer or something, and and it's a monastery, and there's the drunken monk. Here's something that my granddaughter's school, you know, they make stuff from artwork, and then the parents, of course, have to buy stuff for the grandparents. So last year, the year before, here's her picture, and they had it put on a mug for me. You know, I like this one because it reminds me of my trip to Germany. So very often these ceramic mugs, I'll use them because they may not have as nice a handle as my bone china one does, but they bring back memories. And then we've got the bone china. I particularly like these because they have such a nice big handle and it's a nice weight to it. Now, usually I like porcelain mugs. I don't like this one. But, yeah, if I was buying mugs just for coffee and there wasn't any sort of sentimental value or, you know, something to remind me of something or something funny. Sometimes people will buy mugs because they have something funny on them. I have some mugs with prayers written on them, or they're just beautiful mugs that I like to look at. You know, usually that's going to be ceramic. But if I'm just going to buy mugs just for coffee, I want it to be something light with a nice handle and something durable too. So if I bonk it against something, it's not just going to break or chip. Ceramic chips much more easily and cracks much more easily than the porcelain or the bone china. Well, let's go ahead and have some coffee this morning. All right. I think that I will use my bone china mug because it's just, you know, you got to think when you're getting a mug, you not just have the weight of the mug, you've got the weight of whatever you're putting into it, all right? I used to do ceramics, and I was taught that when you look at something, you want, when you pick it up, it should feel like you think it should feel based on the looks, okay? And to me, this looks like it should be light, it's thin, but strong. And yes, now sometimes, you know, particularly if you go to the supermarket or Target, Walmart, someplace like that, you see those mugs and you go to pick them up and they are so heavy and they're thick. And I don't like those. Some people might like those. Okay, let's get the machine revved up here. Okay. Oh, I haven't even decided what kind of coffee to have this morning. Let's see, what's this? This is Rio de Janeiro. Why not? Sounds good to me. And I am going to go ahead and put a mini moo, a half and half in it here. Now, of course, this is probably, oh, an 8 or 10 ounce mug. Let's see. I think this one's 12 ounces. Yeah, this is probably 10 ounces. And, oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but it's always good to check and make sure that the mug is microwave and dishwasher safe, because sometimes that mug will have hand painting on it, or if it has gold or silver on it, you don't want to microwave it, or you may not want, it may not be able to go in the dishwasher. So you want to check for that. Usually you can find it on the bottom of the mug. Let's see. I noticed on the bottom of the Nespresso mug it didn't say. And I had to call them up and ask them, yeah, it is microwave and dishwasher safe. Okay, let's see. This one, my goodness, all these mugs don't say. Let me look at the German one. That's because some of them are just, cheap. All right. Okay, oh, listen to this. Now, I'm studying German, but I may not get this right. Spülmaschinen, Maschinen und Mikrowellen geeignet. You don't have to speak German to figure out that means dishwasher and microwave safe. Okay, and let's see. Well, this one, this is a stoneware one, which is a type of ceramic, and somebody made this, on a pottery wheel. Anyway, it doesn't say anything on the bottom. Did I look at this one? Oh yeah, well that's bone china. All right, anyway. So I've got my cream in here, my half and half, and I'm going to run this Rio de Janeiro espresso. And then I am going to enjoy a cup of coffee and thank the Lord that hurricane bypassed us here. In fact, the schools are all out here yesterday and today. It was a little windy yesterday. We are not even going to get any rain. The forecast says not for the next 10 days. But, better safe than sorry. You never know about these things, and you've got to be careful. So, my prayers and sympathies go out to those of you where this hurricane is impacting, and I'm hoping it'll just move through fast and not linger around. Okay, have a good cup of coffee this morning, and show me your mug if you get a chance. Take a picture and post it in the comments.